Hello and welcome to the Rambling Movie Club. Now, this is a slightly special episode of the podcast. Today is the 1 year anniversary of the podcast. I just wanted to take the time to look back over the last year and look ahead at what's to come in year 2. First of all, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's listened to an episode of the podcast. It means so much to me that you'll listen to me talk on and on about movies. In the last year, I've managed to make 18 episodes, only taking a break when I was working at summer camp and had no internet for a few months. I'm not planning on slowing down anytime soon either. I still have a long list of movies that I think will be fun to talk about, and there are plenty of new and interesting movies coming out this year. I managed to do a few episodes with Brenda, and that was me trialling having guests on. This is something I'm planning on expanding on for year 2. I've got a few ideas for guests in the near future, but if you'd like to be on the podcast or know anyone that you think I should have on, feel free to send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. You can find me at Rambling Movie Club, as always. On the topic of social media, I've recently been trying to improve this with the launch of the Facebook page, and I keep trying to do the Instagram page as well. Brenda's been helping me out with that too. If you listen to this podcast on YouTube, you'll see that I've been trying to make it a bit more visual. I'm trying to bring this into social media posts too. I want to make social media posts that show off the podcast well, more than just showing a picture of what the episode is about. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do this, but I'm not quite there yet, so keep an eye out for that. And the last thing I want to talk about is something completely new. I've been working on something secret that I'm ready to kind of show now. I feel ready to launch a Patreon page. Now, if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a way for people to support creators to make things that they want to make. I really like making the podcast, but there are monthly costs and new equipment and all sorts of expenses involved. Now, I'll continue making the podcast and putting it online 100% for free, and you don't need to feel guilty if you can't give money. But if you can, I'd really appreciate it, especially in these kind of crazy times at the moment. Please don't feel any pressure to do it. If you can, say it means a lot to me. This will allow me to get better microphones and improve the quality of the podcast, and in exchange for supporting me, you'll get extra content from me. This is anything from behind the scene blog posts to getting podcast episodes early, and you can give as much or as little as you can. If you go to patreon.com/ramblingmovie, you can find the Patreon page there. I'll put a link in the description for this episode. Like I said before, please don't feel like you have to give money to keep enjoying the podcast though. So yeah, it's been a wonderful year. I'm really excited to see what's to come in the future. Hopefully there'll be lots more fun and crazy things to come. Thank you for listening to the podcast and let me share my love of movies with you, and I will see you in the next episode.